What's going on, everybody? It's Professor Gnome, and today we're going to be doing a video on Hydreigon EX because I feel like this card has just kind of gotten better over time as people have gotten more comfortable with different lists and testing out different stuff. But also, I wanted to revisit it because of a donation I got from a channel member, Lyril, who gave me this Hydreigon coin, and it looks so sick. And they donated it to me a while ago, but now I get to use it as inspiration to revisit Hydreigon, which is always a great thing to do. So I've been working on this Hydreigon list for a little bit. It's not overly complicated, but I do think it kind of covers what it needs to. We do run the Toedscruel with the Slime Mold Colony for our couple different matchups where this really comes in handy. Specifically, the Regidrago matchup is super key with this one. We also run Budew because you run Budew in every single deck, and it's super good. You can honestly make this 2-of in this list. One of the other things that we're running is a copy of Feather Ball as well. This is because right now, because of how much Budew is in the format, we don't always get the opportunity to go for a rare candy play. So sometimes just building into our Pidgeotto, having the free retreat on that, and then building into Pidgeot works really well. It also helps us find our Budew for turn 2 plays. We do run the Rotom for not only a Sealstone target, but also on turn 1, we just want to be able to get out Rotom. Obviously, Budew doesn't give us any value on turn 1, so we want to make sure that we're getting our Rotom and plussing up cards on that. We do play the Pecharunt EX. The main thing with Pecharunt EX is that it just stops us from losing to stall matchups and like getting switched on all the time, and stops us from having to play switch, which is really nice. I don't play the Binding Mochi, and you can argue because I'm already playing Pecharunt that I probably should, but I found that 9 out of 10 times it doesn't really matter. You're either getting a 2-hit KO regardless, or the only matchup where it really matters is like Miraidon, and typically you could just go like double Obsidian to win the game versus Miraidon, so it works out. Plus, Crushing Headbutt still knocks out like Raikou, knocks out things like the like the Raichu and all that kind of stuff, so it doesn't really matter, but you could include it if you wanted to. Honestly, I'm running the Pokemon League headquarters as well, just because it's super strong into the Miraidon matchup, it's super strong into the Raging Bolt matchup. It shuts off our opponent's Budews if they want to play them. We play the Collapsed Stadium as well, just to counter a lot of different decks that you see right now running the Area 0 Underdepth. But also, it's a way to remove liabilities off our board if we need to. So like a late game Budew or a Rotom, we can just pop them off our board pretty easily. And then our A-Spec of choice is the Neo Upper Energy. This way we can get Obsidian by just going Neo Upper with 2 Dark Energy, or like Neo Upper, Counter Gain, and a Dark Energy, or some sort of combination. And so yeah, the list is pretty simple, but I think it's really good. It's probably the best list that I've kind of been playing with as of right now. Again, you could run the Binding Mochi if you wanted to by either cutting 1 Counter Gain, or like you could potentially cut the Turos or 1 Collapsed Stadium for it. But I haven't felt like it's come up enough to really warrant it. But yeah, that's the list, guys. Be sure to let me know what you think of the list and any changes that you would make. And we'll jump into game 1 in a second, but I just want to give a shout out to the channel members. Thank you guys so much for that additional level of support. It really does go a long way, and it means a lot, so thank you guys so much for that. And as always, it goes a long way. But also, special shout out to Laurel, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, for the Hydreigon coin. It's super sick, and I love having all the coins. I don't really care as much about the sleeves or the deck boxes, but there's something about collecting all the coins that I like, so it's cool to have this one that I did not have before. But yeah, for anybody else, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what decks or cards you want to see featured in upcoming videos, and I will see you guys all in game number 1 in a second. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 1, and we're going to be going first. We open our Deino, as well as Buddy Poffin. We do have Sealstone. We have Ultra Ball as well. Our opponent is going... Ooh, we see Luxurious Cape. Interesting. A couple different things that could be playing that. We could Ultra Ball to just guarantee Rotom. Especially after second Buddy Poffin. Oh, okay, cool. It's the Feraligatr. Oh, we don't even need to do that now. It's the Feraligatr build, which is actually pretty interesting. So we'll grab one of each. We'll go Nest Ball or Rotom. I would love to be able to get an energy in play, like, right away, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Get one more Deino out. Leave space and go instant charge. Still didn't get an energy. A little bit unfortunate, but we can Seal Stone for... We'll probably go Rare Candy, unless they Budew us, and in that case, then our play will be a little bit different. But, and it looks like that is going to be their main play. Which is, like, fine. Because we didn't really have anything too offensive to do anyway. It looks like our opponent doesn't have much going on. We get the Arven. So, we can go ahead, grab this, and then from here what we'll do is Arven for Rescue Board. And we'll grab the Rare Candy. Obviously, we can't really do anything with it right this second, but we're not too worried about that. We could go Star Alchemy to get the Pidgeotto in play. But I think I'm going to just hold on to that. Okay. That's fine, because we can start to set this up. As long as we don't get Iono'd on this turn, we're fine. This is the drawback of this deck. I really like the Feraligatr, like, hit and run deck that's kind of picked up in popularity. But the problem is that it's very, very slow. Alright, so we'll evolve here. Attach the energy. Instant charge again. Alright, and now we're good to go. Because we'll attach the energy, go Rescue Board. Honestly, we might actually let this get KO'd, so that way we can Counter Catcher, knock out the Feraligatr in advance, and then go from there. That might be the play. Like, just sack this Deino. So we can top deck boss here. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We retreat, bring this in. Star Alchemy. Not that. Go boss's orders here. Pull up the Totodile. Knock this out and go Crushing Headbutt. Where we get rid of an Iono, a Feraligatr, and a Colress Tenacity. Or a Pecharunt. We don't really care that much about that. But from here, we don't need any of these cards in hand. They're nice, but the main thing is, like, if we don't get Itchy Pollen, we guarantee ourselves Pidgeot into our Neo Upper, and then we just start knocking out the bench and being really, really annoying. So we don't really care. If they don't go Budew, then, you know, we're set. If they do, we can honestly just probably drop Iono. But they pretty much have to go Ichipal in here. If they don't, then we win. If they do, then honestly, like I said, we probably just drop Iono. I'll throw energy onto that Deino. Place this down. We don't really need to play the counter gains right now. Alright. None of that's super great, but I can just go Crushing Headbutt again. Where I will get the knockout. Get an Earthen Vessel, doesn't really matter. I was just hoping for Neo Upper because I could have got so much off that. But now we'll have Rare Candies in hand. If they go Feraligatr and swap, it's not the biggest deal in the world. Honestly, we probably just bring in the Deino, sack it. Huge Ultra Ball. Get rid of this in 1 energy. Grab ourselves the Pidgeot EX. And this is going to be game over. Because we quick search. Grab ourselves our Neo Upper. Attach with the Neo Upper, Subjugating Chains. Bring this in. And then from here, we go Obsidian. Knocking out the Totodile and the Crocodile. And on the next turn, we just knock out the Monkey Dory and the Relicanth. So we can just ignore these. They can't boss trap us or anything like that because we just go Pecharunt after. Their only play here is to go de-evolution, and if they do that, we Rare Candy. And then just remake them. And if they do a play to like only have two Mimikyus on the board, it doesn't really matter because we can just go Crushing Headbutt over and over again, and even if we're not doing damage, we're still discarding 3 over every turn, and they'll just deck out way before us. That was a really bad play. Because Monkey Dory... I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's literally nothing they can do. Like, putting the belt on Monkey Dory does save it. Or the cape, rather. But then they just made Totodile. And so we can just Obsidian to the Totodile instead. That's why, if you don't have Manaphy, there's literally nothing you can do. And I feel like that's the biggest problem with the Feraligatr deck. I like it a lot. I think it's really interesting. But it's still just a little bit too slow against... you're relying on your opponent's deck to also be playing a little bit slower. So I really like it, but there's thing, I like it in concept, but there's stuff about it that I'm just not the biggest fan of. But yeah, that's going to be game number 1, and we'll just jump into game number 2 in a second, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 2, and we're going to be going first, because we won the coin flip. We do see electric sleeves. We are going to mulligan, which is unfortunate, actually. If we had a basic here, this could be pretty good. But we do see electric sleeves, which could be the Miraidon. We'll open our Deino. Our opponent gets 2 extra cards. Regieleki V. So it's still probably some sort of Miraidon matchup. I don't really love this, but it's the play I have to make. Alright. Pretty bad hand, but we can make it work. We will have Rare Candy for our Deino in order to make the Hydreigon. We can Ultra Ball with the goal of... What do we really want? That's the problem. Here goes the tandem unit. The problem is, like, off the Ultra Ball, what do we really want? I think our best bet is to play the Hydreigon down and go Iono, hoping for Neo Upper. And if we can get that, then we'll be in a fine position. If not, then we're going to kind of struggle. The question is, do we Ultra for a Pidgey just so that way we have it? Okay, that's so massive, actually. We just got bailed out so hard. We get our Hydreigon, and then from here... I am going to grab the Pidgey for later. And then go Iono, because all we need is like Rare Candy for Pidgeot later, which we get because we have the Feather Ball. We'll grab ourselves Deino and Toedscruel just so that way we can start to get this stuff set up. Yeah. We go Crushing Headbutt here. Take the first 2 prizes. We get rid of Boss and double Electric Energy. That's pretty nice. And we get our Pidgeot EX. We have Arven. We're in a really, really good position. And now we just need to put 2 energies down onto the Hydreigon, and we'll be able to just clean up the entire bench. So this game went from being really close to very in our favor. Headquarters is helping out a lot. But because like they have to hit 3 energies where they need like 2 off the generator, then 1 from hand, because like this still isn't enough to attack unless they have the stadium. But because they're playing the Regieleki variant, I don't think that they have this like stadiums. Like I don't think they're playing with Area 0, so if they don't have something to bump it with, that's going to be pretty difficult for them. They Seal Stoned for Arven, so there's some item they're looking for. EXP Share Nest Ball. Nest Ball for Latios. There's Mew. That's even nicer because actually now we don't even need to build up the energies. we can just straight up attack into this, knock this out, and then look for a boss onto the Mew or the Latios, which is the other way that you win this matchup. Let's say this was the regular variant of Miraidon without the Regieleki. It's like, if this is a Raikou, the same outcome would happen where we knock this out. Provided they're not playing a... provided they're not playing Bravery Charm. It's like, okay, well, we knock that out. We look for a Raichu to knock out, and then we can always boss this if we don't have the other option. But our opponent cannot attack or get anything going because of the headquarters, so they are just going to go ahead and concede, making that game very, very easy. So we will jump into game number 3 in a second. I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 3. We're going to be going first. Our opponent won the coin flip, but opted for us to go first. We are going to mulligan here again, which is actually pretty annoying, because if that was our hand, it wouldn't have been bad. But this is also okay. I don't love it, but it's not bad, because we do have our Nest Ball, Buddy Poffins, and energy to start setting up with. We are up against Dragapult. That's also fine. Our Budew is prized, which, is a little sad, but not the biggest deal in the world, since we are going first anyway and probably wouldn't be able to get that attack off. We'll go ahead and instant charge here. Not what we wanted to see, unfortunately. We would love to be able to top deck like an Arven. Because if we could top deck Arven, go Rare Candy, Seal Stone, make our Pidgeot, make Hydreigon, that would be pretty good. Having to Iono both of our Hydreigons to the bottom, well, that's unfortunate for them. We just get Ultra Ball. I'm gonna grab this. Our opponent's hand seems terrible, so I refuse to Iono here. I think I just go instant charge. This is better, but still not really what I want. Course Tenacity. Oh, that's so bad. Man, this makes things so much worse. Because they're going to be able to knock out the Pecharunt here and knock out the Deino. That does leave our Pidgeot, or our Pidgey alive, though, so if we get into Rare Candy, we'll still be okay. But we're definitely behind. Like, we need to get this attack off on this coming turn. Just another Iono. Christ. Alright. Play this down. Flip the script. Still not what we're looking for. The fact that we haven't found an Arven or a Rare Candy, and we're halfway through our deck, is kind of incredible. We do have Grand Tree, though. But the Pidgeotto being in our hand kind of makes that irrelevant. So we still need... We need Neo Upper Energy. Alright, we're gonna counter that for now. Evolve this by hand. Place the Counter Gain down. Nest Ball for one more Deino. Go Iono. Because we need to stop this. We get the Seal Stone. Get rid of that. Play the energy down. Treat. There's a part of me that doesn't want to attack here. Because if I do... If I can trap them here, I get the first attack off onto this, and that really matters. So I have to hope that I can keep this trapped. Perfect. Alright, so... we make this. We quick search for boss's orders. So that way we're getting the first attack off. We'll Star Alchemy for Rare Candy. Get rid of the Counter Gain. Okay, that's kind of big. So now if they can't KO us on this turn, what we'll be able to do is go Pidgeot. Pidgeot for Neo Upper. Be able to go Obsidian. Knock out both Dreepies and the Dragapult. Quick search. Neo. Obsidian. And that will pretty much end the game. Because we take 4 prizes here. The only thing left they have is Radiant Alakazam with 2 pretty much dead cards in their hand. Yep. Alright, we played that as well as we could have, I think. I'd have to review it to see if there was anything else we could have done better. It really came down to them not having a way to switch out the Alakazam, but we kind of felt comfortable that they wouldn't have that out. So it was a little bit cumbersome. We were playing from the back foot, but we didn't give up. We figured it out, and we found a way to win the game. That's one of the other things on what makes this deck so powerful, in my opinion, is the fact that Obsidian exists is like on the card just gives it so many powerful tools, along with the fact that the deck itself just kind of has a lot of options and is pretty versatile. So there's more or less a way out of most situations. But yeah, that's going to be game number 3, and I just love playing this deck, so we're going to do a game number 4, and I'll see you guys in that in 1 second. Peace. Alright, we're in a game number 4, and our first game in Arceus League of this season. We open Rotom and pretty much nothing else, which is definitely unfortunate. This opening hand, not great. If we can top deck like a Buddy Poffin, though, that would be pretty sick. Because at least we could go like Neo Upper right away. We see double Eevee. Just Pidgey. I'm gonna Star Alchemy early. And I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. So I can get Deino. I can go double Deino. Place the Neo Upper down. Go instant charge. I'm not in love with this outcome, but I don't hate it either. It's okay. Using the instant charge like that is like objectively kind of bad because doing so makes it like what I could have done on my next turn is like, because I already had Rare Candy, I could guarantee myself the Pidgeot, but I still wouldn't have Dinos, and I kind of need those. Ooh, I like that Hoo-Hoo art. I like that a lot, actually. But yeah, I don't know if it's... I don't know. I think it's fine. If this was Hydreigon, it would be even better, but obviously it's not. The biggest worry right now is like if they start to set up a Sylveon, which they could because I'm assuming that's what they're playing based on the sleeves. They bring in Sylveon and then start picking up everything off the bench. That would be very, very disruptive. So I also have to make sure that I'm getting this like out of the... Like I have to make sure I'm getting this off the bench as soon as possible. The question is, does Sylveon's, like, attack do anything? And what are the odds that I could actually get that off on the next turn? Because they need 3 energy. They don't have any in the discard pile. Let's do it like this. Grab this. Throw the energy down. Go Iono, because that will put the Sylveon and the Noctowls to the bottom. We'll place this as well. And instant charge. Still didn't find Hydreigon, and we only have Nest Balls and no Ultra Ball. So, getting a little unlucky. Here's the Terra Orb for the Sylveon. Regular Sylveon. We don't really care about that, though. This just functions like Mimikyu, and honestly, it doesn't really matter. We would love an Ultra Ball. They Ultra Ball for Noctowl. Noctowl gets them... yeah, they can't get an attack off this turn, because even if they go like Crispin here, it doesn't matter. Oh. Alright, if they have Crispin as well, then that will matter. Wow, they really got everything. That Iono did not make a difference. Yeah, they're just gonna pick this up. I'll pad that back in. Do we lose these? That's what I can't remember. No, it just gets shuffled. Alright. We lose out on that, but it's not that big of a deal. We'll just grab them both back. Play this down. And then here's the play we're actually going to make. We're going to go Subjugating Chains. Put this in the active. Place the energy onto this one. Go Instant Charge. The reason why we're doing this is that they can either choose to attack, right, with the Magical Charm, which will knock out the Deino, but it means that this one on the bench is fine, or they can go the Agilite, or whatever, however you're supposed to say that, and get rid of the Deino on the bench, but then we still keep the one in the active. Magical Charm. That's fine. Oh, I need a rare candy so bad. We're just, like, not finding any of the pieces that we actually need to find, and that's what's hurting us so badly. Okay. That works, kind of. Not really, though, because the problem is that they just... Alright. We don't have a choice. Because they're gonna reshuffle our Pidgeot if we don't sack the Deino. And if they still choose to reshuffle the Pidgeot, that's fine. God. It's fine. It's, like, annoying, but it's not that big a deal. We go Rare Candy, Counter Gain. Subjugating Chains. Bring this in. Hit for 200. Get some cards discarded. And now we will be able to knock this out. So, it took a long time to get here, but we're where we need to be. They can't go de-evolution because they already have the Sparkling Crystal attached. If they retreat and bring in this, that's fine. Our main goal at this point is to... We'll get the knockout here. At this point, what we need to do is start powering up and making a new Deino. Get the knockout on that. Take 2 prizes. We get the Pidgeotto. That's actually pretty important. Because the problem is they're going to place 1 more energy onto this Sylveon, attack into us. We get knocked out. Oh my god. And then because of the stadium, like, and us not being able to break that, we're just in a worse position. That's been the story of this game, is just us getting repeatedly unlucky over and over again. We just play this out slowly. Next turn, we go Pidgeot. And then we use Pidgeot to find ourselves Hydreigon, attach the energy, bring that back in. Go Boss's Orders. To start knocking out the like, we just pull the Eevee up, knock that out. Alright. That makes things a little bit easier. Rare Candy. Subjugating Chains, Boss's Orders. Pull this up. Knock this out so we don't have to sit here and worry about the Sylveon. And now the main thing, the main worry is that... Okay, honestly, that's fine. They go down to 1 prize card. We won't have the ability to Obsidian. But we will be able to start, like, discarding cards from them. We'll be able to play that down. We'll go with Counter Gain. Not that it really matters, because we don't play either one of these. Actually. That could be the play. Unless they have another boss in hand, then there's, like, nothing that we could do. But they still do need another energy. I don't really care about the cape. Miracle Shot for 100. We don't have another Boss's Orders either. What do we do? Never mind. We have to pick this up. Because if they go boss, they just knock it out. They only need one prize anyway. So we just look to deck them out. We do hit the boss. That matters. Because if they don't win on this turn, anything they draw out of their deck puts them in range that Crushing Headbutt ends the game. Oh wait, they can't even knock out because they don't have a Terra Pokemon. $210. Unless there's a way to power up their attack, which I don't feel like there is, we do win. The only thing I can think of is they have one more copy of Gravity Mountain. So they have to win on this turn. If they don't have Gravity Mountain, then they lose. And if that was the last card in their deck, there was nothing else we could have done. Woo! Alright. Man, that game was a frustrating adventure, but we were able to pull it out. And that's also why, like, with Hydreigon, I never really care that much about cards like this Sylveon or Mimikyu or whatever. Because if they're just set in front of us, we will just deck them out before they're actually able to accomplish anything. But we got very lucky that they didn't have the second copy of Gravity Mountain. That was the only thing that really could have, like, definitely hurt us. But I feel like that's deserved because our luck earlier into, like, drawing what we needed was just not happening. But yeah, that's going to be the game number 4. Very, very fun one. Sylveon is such an interesting concept because of that control style of, like, being able to reshuffle us over and over. But we just had to make the right plays where, like, sacking those Dinos in the active to kind of force our opponent into choosing whether they were going to reshuffle us or not in order to keep our Pidgeot around and, like, things like that was very, very important. If we just kept the Rotom in the active every time, then we just got reshuffled indefinitely, and there's nothing we could have done. But yeah, that's game number 4. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Hopefully you like the list and the gameplay. I had a lot of fun. I love playing this deck, so definitely try it out. The link to the deck list will be down in the description if you want to try it out for yourself. Just a special shout out to the channel members again. Thank you guys so much, and don't forget for everybody else to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of YouTube stuff. It really helps the channel out, and the channel is growing. And it's been a great time. So thank you guys so much for all of that, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace.